How are we all doing? Yeah, it was absolutely shit for Arsenal yesterday, but we're not here to talk about that snorefest. That's becoming an absolute pattern for Arsenal season because that's how we play. I'm here to talk Real Madrid, and who better to talk to Real Madrid than this gentleman to my right? You probably will recognise him. He's been on with Lee plenty of times. He's mod there. He's mod in other places. SamBLANCOS, how you doing, my brother?
All good, man. All good. Yeah, I'm glad to be back after that absolute shit show that I had to watch as well against flipping Valencia, where my team decided to bottle it at the end, and yeah, piss us all off. And yeah, that manager has basically written his own tombstone. Let's just be honest, man. As soon as the season ends, bye bye.
Yeah, innit? Do you know what I mean? Tala. Absolutely, man. Look, listen, man. Let's talk a little bit about Arsenal Real Madrid. Let's get right into it, yeah, because it's been 19 years, yeah, since we last played in European competition. Obviously, of course, that was a 2005, 2006 season. And it's a tie that I quite remember fondly. It weren't one that when I see the draw originally, I weren't very fond of it then. But of course, you know, considering now a bit of hindsight, 20 years later, we know the score now. And I'm just picturing the last sort of teams, yeah, that we were playing, man. And I'll get them up for everyone. And obviously, you know the crack. Here's the Arsenal team, yeah. We obviously had Jens Lehmann, and it's littered for us with injuries, yeah. And we will get into that point tenfold very, very, very soon about the injuries. But we was littered with injuries that day, so there'll be no excuses for the top gooners when we finish this bit. We had a Abue, Torre, Senderos, and Flamini. Pleb, Fabregas, Gilberto Reyes, Lundberg, and Henri, and we was facing the absolute might, man. Iker Casillas, a young Sergio Ramos, but you know, you paid a good bit of money from Sevilla from him.
Yeah, yeah.
Salgado,
Money well
quality.
spent.
Well, yeah, absolutely money well spent. Roberto Carlos, man. I mean, come on. We was having a little mini laugh about Gravison off cam, but you know, less said the better. Do you know what I mean? He's definitely the odd one out there, isn't he, bro?
Yeah, that's the other one.
he's the odd one out. But man, look, you got Bex, Guti double underrated, man. And then, I mean, come on now we're gonna start talking proper here. Zidane, Raul, and Ronaldo, man. I mean, we are talking absolute.
I'd pay money to watch this guy play another game in their prime. I just pay money for it. Bro.
Wow, yeah, open checkbook, innit, man?
Yeah, bro. I'd pay over $2,000 to go to fly to a game and watch these man play again.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously in their prime, innit? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you'd love it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean they put on a little bit of weight now. Do you know what I mean? Some of them, but yeah, in their prime, they were absolutely electric, man. And do you know what? I said this to you off cam as well. To just sort of brush up on that, I watched like an extended highlights of both legs actually, about 15 sort of minutes, just to sort of freshen up. And do you know what? Like I said to you off cam again, we were slightly better than I actually originally thought. Like we attacked you, even with the injuries. And I'll put our team back up now, yeah. So even with the injuries, we still attacked you. And we'll get into that sort of like right now. There's two massive reasons, yeah, we won that tie. I genuinely believe, yeah. The first is we had a top manager. We had Arsene Wenger. Now, we didn't have crap Arsene Wenger towards the last sort of half of his tenure. What we did have was a manager that had just gone invincible 2 years before. Just, albeit a stinky FA Cup final win in 2005 against Manchester United. I mean, they were all over us. That's for another chat. And then, of course, we got to the Champions League final here. You know, so we're not talking about a mug manager. And of course, we had Thierry Henry. I mean, that's the massive difference today. Yeah, we've got an elite manager that we had then, and we had an elite world-class striker. By the way, everyone, where's our world-class signings that we was promised 2 years ago once we qualified for the Champions League? They seem to be sort of gone anyway.
Apparently, it's Declan Rice.
Yeah. Oh no, it's Declan Rice. Apparently, that's mad in itself. But what I wanted to sort of angle at and what I wanted to ask you, yeah, is in these games that I watched, both games, to be fair, we actually come out and attacked you. We were brave. You know, we even with the injuries that we were facing, we still gave it absolute go. What's Arteta gonna be doing, do you reckon, on Tuesday? I mean, can you see Arsenal coming out and attacking you properly on Tuesday, bruv?
Properly, that's the main issue.
Yeah.
That we're not coming into. Do I think you will attack? And again, I send you the Ancelotti thing with what he said. Arsenal will be more on the front foot.
Yeah.
I actually think Arteta will try, because I think Arteta knows deep down, and even Aaron, you need to get a result. You have to win the first leg. You cannot go into the Bernabeu with either a loss or a draw. And even I think even from a lot of people who have had plenty of experience speaking, with Madrid fans and watching the teams go up against my club. If the first leg is at your ground, you should win by at least more than one goal. Like at the bare minimum 2 goals. The issue with Arteta, and again, I saw it at the Everton game once again when you guys play. When teams play mid-low blocks, you struggle. You struggle to create.
Yeah.
And I know people will say Saka wasn't there and all that, and that he's probably going to start. But this is where my issue comes. I do not. It's not me saying I don't rate Saka, because I think Saka's a good player, but I don't think he's fully fit. And let's be honest, Aaron, the way he played,
he's not.
That guy didn't look fit. He didn't look fit. Let's just be honest, Aaron. And can you really expect him now come back to full match fitness? Tempo's gonna be like this. It's gonna go just quick like this. That's how quick the tempo is gonna be. Yeah. He's gonna have to adapt to it, and then he's gonna have to be the usual Saka himself. I'm just not sure if he can do that. I'm not sure he can. And I've also seen how you do against low blocks. You struggle with creativity. You struggle. And even on the counter, when you're supposed to counter, I know you scored a goal against Everton on the counter, but normally speaking, you don't do well on the counter. And which is why I want Arteta in one way to go out a bit more attacking. Not because I want us to, be pinned in our own box, but I just don't really get scared when you attack, because I don't see the creativity. And people will mention Odegaard. I don't rate Odegaard one bit. And listen, we're going to get into all of this, but the creativity for me isn't there. And that for me is a big reason why I wouldn't fear if you attack, because I know space will be left behind. Space are going to be left open for us to exploit, especially on the counter. And like you said, and we talked about this backstage, that front three, as much as I've been, on them, when there is space and they can run, and then it can just light up like that, and we can score a goal. So that's how I think the game will pan out.
Yeah, no, mate, I'll totally agree with you. And the thing is, as well, is this is why I've sort of left this graphic sort of up here of Arsenal squad, because in this particular game, and this is where no one can have any excuses, right? There's no excuses. In this game that we beat you over 2 legs, conceding none, and obviously winning 1-0, we had Campbell out, Lauren out, Ashley Cole out, Robin Van Persie out, and Pires and Bergkamp sustained knocks.
And you know what?
Only made
that is an injury excuse.
Came on.
That's an injury excuse. That is an excuse. And then I can be, oh, you know what? I hear it. That excuse I can hear. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that ain't the same thing right now. Like you said.
Exactly. Well, we had that and managed to go through. So with Arsenal, we all know if we don't get the right result on Tuesday, the first thing everyone's going to do, all the top guns are going to do, is go, oh, we've got injuries to Gabriel. We've got injuries to maybe Timber. We've got this. We've got that.
Shall we show them up? Shall we show them my injuries?
Let's show them your injuries. We got Chouameni out. They got Chouameni out.
Starting DM. Ceballos been our best midfielder this season. Oh yeah, Fela Mendy, our best left back. Oh, main starting left back. Oh, out. Eder Militao, one of our main centre backs. Oh yeah, another ACL out. Danny Carvajal, our main right back and one of the greatest right backs of all time, in my opinion, out. And Andrew Lunin, for me, that's when it comes to second keepers, the best second keeper on the planet, out injured as well for 4 weeks. And guess what? Now, Aaron, should we go on to the season before when we actually won it?
Yeah.
Militao, another ACL to his second knee, out for the whole season pretty much. Courtois, ACL, main keeper, out. Alaba, the two main centre backs, out. Mendy out for 10 days. Camavinga out for around 1 month. Vinny out for around 2 months. What was the other lad now? Chouameni out for 2 months. Yeah? Arda Güler out for around half a year, half a season, around 5-6 months. My man was out injured with a horrible injury. Yeah. Look at the players I just listed. Could you imagine this? Could you imagine your fan base, receiving these types of injuries, mate?
Yeah.
Oh,
mate,
they'd be on the floor. But you don't see me
last
crying about it.
bro.
Yeah, but you don't see me crying about it.
We didn't have any.
No, and you don't see me crying about it, do you?
Yeah, because you've got up top here, Sam. No, bro. This is what I'm saying. Your fan base have bred you to not make excuses. The problem is with the team, how they've played and how they're being managed, and the personnel in there. With us,
is it annoying, like you said,
PGMOL.
It's all about, like you said, Aaron. Is it annoying? Of course, it's annoying. I'm not going to say it's not annoying. Yes, it is annoying seeing that list. I get, it baffles me to the absolute crunch that I have to see this shit. It does. But at the same time, that's not an excuse for this manager playing the way he's been playing. Let's just be honest, Aaron.
Yeah. Oh, it's a shower of shit, bro. Like an absolute shower of shit. And you know what as well? This is what we're saying as well about the manager. And Shane brought up a good point here, yeah. And he's obviously talking about our defense here back in the day. Even with that defense, Wenger had kept us with 10 clean sheets in a row in that.
There you go.
He did. Do you know what I mean? Because why? We had an elite manager, and we also had a match winner in Thierry Henry. What match winner we got now? Oh, half fit Bukayo Saka. Come on, man. Anyone who's anyone, see him come on. Now we've seen people, all these top gooners and all of that. They're like, see, I told you he's back. He ain't back. He was in the right place on the right time to nod in a goal. Fair
what against Fulham?
Yeah,
is that the benchmark?
Comfortably, that's what I'm saying. This is what
is that the benchmark now?
Apparently that's the benchmark. What I saw is, whilst we're buzzing, I'm happy that he came through unscathed. I'm happy that he got a goal. Wicked. But what I did see, and I was actually watching properly, I'm not going to be fooled by a little headed tapping. I'm going to watch. He tried taking on his player twice and failed miserably. Why? Because he hasn't got the legs or the burst, the pace back just yet. He looked leggy. Of course, you'd say, oh, yeah, he hasn't played in 3 months. Exactly. He ain't played for 3 months. That's why we didn't want him back. Do you know what I mean? And then we see him against Everton, largely sort of ineffective, a couple of good little bits here and there. But the geezer is not fit. What do you think?
Did he look fit against Everton, in your opinion, when he came on?
Fit, bruv. Nowhere. He's not fit. He's ducking out of challenges. And do you know what? That's because of that up top. It's because not only is he not physically ready to come back to top flight elite competitive football as a match ready fit player, he's not ready up top, bruv. Mate, yeah, and fair play to him. We're not knocking him. Let's get it right.
No,
he's suffered a big injury, and he knows.
Just be honest.
Sam, he knows in his heart of hearts, bruv, he's not ready. Him and his body and his leg, he'll feel it. He'll know.
No, he's not going to see it.
Why'd you duck out of challenges? Why'd you duck out of challenges?
Because he's not fit.
Exactly, because you think, I'll duck out.
And he's scared. Exactly. If he gets a bad knock now, it'll affect his hamstring, and then he could be out again. Let's just be honest. That's where you, as a manager, steps in and said, "Mate, listen, I am not risking you." Big up Rashid, real one. I am not
big up Rashid, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait. Oh, SG, I'm gonna get into that guy. I will get into Odegaard. Don't worry.
Yeah. We're gonna get there, SG. Big up SG.
I haven't forgotten about that guy.
Big up SG. I'm gonna start. I'll star it. We'll get back to that.
Oh, 100%. And not just that. Let's just be honest. As soon as that happened, I was like, because I was sitting there with my old man. I was like, yo, because my old man told me, was like, yo, Sam, is he ducking out of challenge? Is he ducking out of these challenges? Bro, my old man's a Liverpool, and he was like, oh, Sam, did you? Because I was just checking my phone. I was like, all right, well, let's see what's going on. And then he's like, bro, it looks like he's ducking out of these challenges. I'm like, what? Who? Saka. And I'm like, wait, let me see it, because show the replay. And I'm like, hey, yo, this man's actually not going in 100%. I'm like, bro, that can only mean one thing. At the back of his head, he doesn't have the legs. And it's being shown now as well. Aaron, he doesn't have the legs. It's clear. And now, is it really smart for him to play in this game? Is it really smart for him even to start? I don't think so. Bro, I'll be real with you. Ethan, for me, would give you more of a threat. Ethan.
Yeah, he didn't have his best games against Everton, but he's fully fit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but he can go in these challenges. Saka, bro. Let's be honest. If Rudiger, bro, could you imagine Rudiger puts in a slide tackle? And then he's on the end of it. Saka.
Bro,
Could you imagine?
Rudiger's gonna clatter him. From minute zero, the second that whistle kicks off, the second Saka gets near Rudiger, he's gonna go fucking wallet. Whether it's a body check straight on the floor, fuck off, or whether it's a slide challenge, he knows he's gonna win, but leaves that little bit on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And Rudiger doesn't really give a shit. Bro. And Rudiger don't give a shit. Let's just be honest.
Why would he give a shit about how Saka's doing? He ain't German. Saka's not German. He's not even playing in the same league. He's a winner as well, by the way, Rudiger. He didn't give
100%.
Saka's hamstring. Let's get it right. He couldn't care less. And why would you? He will run straight through him like a fucking freight train, Rudiger. And what does that do to Saka's mentality then? He's going to go, I ain't stepping anywhere near that geezer for the rest of the game. Because Rudiger's going to go, bang, there you go, 2 minutes. And Saka's going to shit his pants. And quite rightly so, because he's not fit. He just isn't fit. It's madness, brother. You don't see it in any other football club. Well, I certainly don't in any other of their fans. And they're like, yeah, see, he's back now. He's absolutely back. Bro, what are we doing here, man? What's going on? What's going on? But the difference is you lot are winners. You've got winners and elite level mentality. We've got elite level mentality, but we don't support a club with a fan base that has. It's madness, bro. Yeah, look, Hendo, Sam. Big up Hendo, yeah? Saka did not do much yesterday against Everton. He looked hesitant again. This is exactly.
And you can't look hesitant if you want to go up against my club. You can't look hesitant. You can't. Aaron, could you imagine it? Forget on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the week after he goes to the Bernabeu and he wants to be hesitate, bro? It's not going to be, bro. You won't survive. I'm telling you right now.
Atmosphere alone, he's lost.
Oh, 100%.
If he's in his own head for the tie against the Emirates and away at Goodison, well, the second you get that Bernabeu crowd, you've lost already. If that's where your nuts at, you've lost already. It's finished. Game over. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's a frustrating one. Like it drives me mad to see all of these top gooners and all of these fans thinking like, even prior to say the Gabriel Magalhaes injury, yeah, I've been hearing pray for Madrid still again. How did that work out against Bayern last year? What?
And that Bayern Munich team.
Pray for Madrid. You lot ain't doing no pray for Arsenal thing, and you're heavily favourites. How many people in Spain or how many Real Madrid fans do you know? I know you're not, but you know what I'm saying. How many?
No, bro, there's not many. I'm telling you, there ain't many. My fans are not even like that, bro. Exactly. They're not even like that. They ain't even like that, bro. Let's just be honest. They ain't even like that, bro. Like you don't hear a lot of our fans talk like that. You don't. Let's just be honest, mate.
Because you quietly expect to fucking roll us over and win.
No, we better beat you. Yeah, we better beat you. Otherwise, it's not going to look good. Otherwise, these players, a lot of them, are on thin ice.
Yeah, 100%, man. Luca, I said you jump on my calling show last Friday, you sausage, and he didn't. I was even going like that. Come on, he was always there. SG, I said that Odegaard is a bench player since the beginning of September, and I wasn't convinced of him even when he had a breakout season of 15 goals. Do you know
how
what?
Many seasons has he had there, by the way? Ask people how many seasons he's had more of 10 goals scored. Odegaard.
He hasn't. That's his only season.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's his only season.
And Aaron, if he was that special, why on earth would we get rid of him? Why?
You don't make many mistakes. I can't say we can't say Real Madrid never make mistakes, but
everyone makes
very
mistakes.
rarely make mistakes. There's a reason why you let him go. If he was the wonder kid that you signed, and bearing in mind he signed when he was 15, you had 4 or 5 years of him, you would have kept him. It's as simple as that. And in a position where you probably could have done with at the time of loaning and selling, because you didn't have a couple of the midfielders that you've got now. But you still sold him. Why? Because you knew that he weren't good enough for Real Madrid. The only problem is at the time he was good enough for Arsenal. And now he's not good enough.
Because the standards and the levels have dropped.
And guess what? Do you know how much we give him a week, Sam?
Go ahead.
£240,000 a week sterling.
Wow.
Look, chat. If you don't know Sam, he's a Real Madrid fan. He's laughing his fucking head off. He's a proper Real Madrid fan. If anyone doesn't know in this chat, to reiterate, and as soon as I told him how much Odegaard's on, he's laughing his fucking face off. That's where we're at.
Do you rate Rodrigo, Aaron? Let me just show you something. Do you rate Rodrigo?
Yeah, I think he's all right,
bro. Let me tell you something right now. Yeah, Odegaard and what's it called, bro? His wage is close to Bellingham's.
Yeah,
and he earns more than Rodrigo. Yeah, I think he earns more than Rudiger
I'd
on
take
my
Rodrigo
club,
in a heartbeat, man.
bro. And he earns more than I think on wages alone, his wages are close to Bellingham's. It's close to Bellingham's.
Yeah,
You
that's
see the
ridiculous.
difference, and that guy's not even won anything. You see the difference, bro?
Rodrigo's
Odegaard
wicked,
is
man.
bro.
Honestly, I'd fucking
Martin Odegaard is not 11. Is not good enough.
Of course, he's not good enough.
Bro, how many chances has this guy created? Let's just be honest. He doesn't create much in it.
I think
And
he's
he
got
runs.
like,
Do you know what he does? He runs
assists
around like a
this
fucking
year,
sprinter, like he's busy, but he ain't busy, bro. The guy ain't good enough, man. Let's just be honest.
mate. He's got like, I think he's got like 4 assists or something this year. So what everyone was doing with the Odegaard thing, yeah, Sam. So it's something measly like that, bruv. So like what all these Arsenal fans are doing now is the narrative is, oh, the season ain't done yet, and he's just having a bit of an off season. Everyone's saying he's just having a bit of an off season, and of course they're just saying, oh, it's like a little spell. They all keep saying he was injured for 3 months and he only missed 9 games. How can you get it? How can you spin that ridiculous narrative so bad? Oh yeah, you know, he's out for 3 months. How does 3 months only translate to 9 football games? By the way, everyone, how does that work out? That was there like 7 international breaks or something in 3 months. Like, I don't understand how they managed to pull that one out. But they're like, oh, yeah, he's having a bad season. Well, he's having a bad 2 seasons. Everyone seems to forget about last season. Why do they forget about last season? Because it goes against their narrative. And that's why they're saying he's out for 3 months. How ridiculous is that? Because it makes it sound worse. Oh, yeah, you know, and then he had to recover. He missed 9.
And he's your captain, by the way.
And he's our captain, El Capitan.
And look at the amount of times he's been substituted as well. Flipping hell, man.
Do you know how many? I've got this for you. I know how many times. People in the chat, I actually know this. This is El Facto. He's been substituted 58 times. That's just in the Premier League.
Wow.
Just in the Premier League. He's been here 3 seasons. 3 seasons.
Yeah.
That's it. This is his 4th, I think. This is his 4th.
Yeah,
58 times. What are we doing here? How mad is that? Like we're talking, and that was maybe before the Fulham game. So if he's been subbed off twice, it might be 60, it might be 59. I can't actually quite think now off the top of my head, but that was I'd ran that stat before the Fulham game. So there is every opportunity that's 59 or 60 now, by the way. And that means per season he gets subbed off on an average of 15 times per game. 15 times per season, apologies. So that means if he's played every game, which he hasn't played every single game of the season, sometimes he's getting subbed off in half of them fixtures nearly.
And he's on 240 grand a week.
And he's on 240k a week. And he's been on 240k a week for this season and the last season.
Unbelievable.
How does that translate into that?
Like, bro, could you imagine Odegaard coming back to Madrid?
I can imagine him coming back to Madrid and then playing a game and then them going, oh wow, yeah, he is actually shit, and never playing.
Bro, do you know what it is?
That's what I can imagine. Yeah.
Bro, do you know what it is? I want everyone, all right? Forget about Tuesday, all right? Because I don't even think Odegaard will do much there. Yeah. All right? I don't think he's going to do much there. I want people to just watch Odegaard the week after at the Bernabeu when he comes back, yeah, to his previous stadium. Look at the difference it's going to show. Ceballos is going to be back by then, and we can go through, you know, what we think the teams are going to be and all that. But Odegaard now, if he has a chance to like shine and you know be brilliant, it's on Tuesday, because like I told you, some of the injuries, some of the suspensions, and all that. When you go back to my ground and all these men are back, watch how they're going to silence him. I promise you right now, he's not going to be able to do anything. As soon as the only reason you're gonna know if Odegaard is playing is when the camera points at him. Otherwise, you're not going to realize it. And that's how he is for most of the game. Yeah. I'm telling you, Aaron, the only chance he might have a slim chance of doing something is at the Emirates. Because I'm telling you right now, mate, he's not doing anything at the Bernabeu. I have no fear in that guy at all.
He's going to hide, mate. He's going to hide. Do you remember watching? I think it was against West Ham, yeah? Big up Lee Gunner for this year. He showed where we had a breakaway against them. And
I saw it.
The ball was on the left-hand side.
And he's running straight in the traffic.
He that ball around, and then he hid behind the 4 wall of players. Like, you're just thinking it's just one little dink.
When he can just run right there thinking, and he's free.
Yeah.
Exactly. But again, brain dead.
Mate, that's the thing. Absolute fucking madness, man. Like, I don't get it, man. SG, I'm gonna pull this up just for you because it's still on the screen, yeah. Bear with us, yeah, because this is Martin Odegaard, yeah. Let's have a little. Let me get this up. Let me present it on the screen. Bear with us 2 seconds. Let's have a little look here. Now here we go. Let me just make sure.
Smash the likes up.
Yeah, smash the likes, man. Don't forget to sub as well. And big up as well to Sam, man. Show him some love. Right. Here we go. Right. So I've put it back to apparently his wonder season, yeah. So 22-23. This is his wonder season where he's played 37, yeah. Scored 15 and assisted 7. And then obviously this is all competitions. He's played 7 in the Europa League and done none. This is his wonder season as well that everyone's referencing, by the way. This is the season, Sam, that earned him a pay rise from £110,000 a week to 240. So more than doubled this, Sam. Chat, by the way. This is the season. 45 appearances, 15 goals, 7 assists. I mean, on the face of it, you know, you got 22. You're just under half. But when you actually go back and look back at it, it's not really blowing your mind away, is it?
Look at the other competitions.
Yeah, 7, none in Europe. Absolutely no contribution whatsoever. FA Cup, of course. Guess what? Arsenal have gone out in the first attempt. Guess what? Is that any fucking surprise? Of course, it's no surprise. Absolutely madness. We don't have to go in that. So this is by the way. Look at. Let's not deep it, but I expect for 240k a week. I expected this to be a little bit better when I looked at it. I thought it was just going to be 15, and I thought it was going to get about 4 or 5 in the Europa League, maybe with 2 assists, maybe 1 in the FA Cup or whatever, maybe 1 in the Bastard, the EFL Cup. Do you know what I mean? And his totals might be 20 and 10 or something like that. When you actually look at it, it's not really that impressive. And this is his best ever season that he's ever had. Let's give him 240k a week. Let's have a little look now at the season that followed it, yeah? Because everyone seems to forget about this season, aka last season, yeah? Everyone seems to think that this was still excellent because they only say, you know, he's having a bit of a bad season, Martin Odegaard. Just a bad season. He ain't just had a bad season at all. He went from 15 and 7 or 8, and he's got 8 and 11. Oh, and he managed to score in the Champions League as well against the shit teams. Oh, that's all well and good. So your stats have got worse then. So your stats are definitely getting worse. Your goal scoring's gone down by half. You got a couple more assists though because you played more games. That's all. You managed to play more games, but now you've gone in Europe's competition or where you got
9 Champions League games.
They were 2 of that was against PSV, by the way, in the group stage.
So you got nothing in the knockout stages.
No,
nothing.
Absolutely none. No, nothing in the knockout stages. That I got 1 goal and 1 assist was against PSV 6-0 on the opening day of the Champions League at home. By the way,
yeah, he's a scrub. Just
letting you know. Yeah,
one of the most overrated footballers I've ever seen in my life. Mate.
Well, that's it. 240k a week. 240k a week, and that's what we're getting here. But you know, he's having an off season. Let's actually look at the off season he's currently having this time for the wonder kid, the world class player. 240k a week. Odegaard, better than everyone we've ever seen, bruv.
The fact that anyone even puts him in world class is embarrassing. Let's just be honest,
mate, whoever puts him in world class, just
they clearly haven't watched.
Oh, mate, they're clearly, yeah. I mean, clearly, look, here we go. Have a little look at this. 23 games, but he's been injured for 3 months apparently. He played 23 games in the Premier League.
Even before the injury. Let's just be honest. Yeah, he wasn't even good before the injury.
How's he played 34 games in total if he's missed 3 months of the season? Just work that one out. Like, I don't understand how he's managed to miss it, but he still managed to play 23 Premier League games of the season. That's ridiculous. You know, that's just what you're getting with this fan base, though, bruv. Absolutely ridiculous. But 2 goals. Oh, don't worry though. He's got 2 goals. Excellent. Oh, and 4 assists. Whoopie-doo. One of them was a penalty, by the way. One of them was a pity penalty. Do you remember what we done for Havertz last year? One of them was a pity penalty. So he scored 1 goal in the Premier League from open play. 240 grand a week.
People want me to actually be feared of Martin Odegaard. Yeah, good one, mate.
4 assists. 4 assists in 23. Like 6 in that 24. We're talking like 25% of the game. He impacts it with a goal or assist, and one of them was a penalty. So actually, when you bring it down, that's 5. That's more like near a fifth. about 22%, he actually affects the game. Oh, that's excellent, isn't it? Our captain, by the way. This is our captain. Our captain who's been subbed off 58 times, by the way.
You man went from Bergkamp to this, flipping now.
Rob, do you know what? I haven't fact checked these, but it's only because I've just read that up. What's his name? DJB. You'll all know DJB. We was doing this, and I was saying to everyone about how we've had Odegaard being subbed off for 58 games. Guess what? Vieira as captain, was subbed off. He signed for Arsenal in 96, yeah. 29 times been subbed off. He left in 2005, 2006 season. Yeah. As captain, how many times do you reckon Tony Adams was? He was captain in 1988, and was captain until 2002, 14 years.
What
how many times was Adams subbed? 14.
Wow.
So this is what DJB looked up. This is what DJB looked up in the league. Yeah, it may or may not be wrong, but I mean, he usually ain't gonna be feeding.
And this guy's been substituted over 55 times.
58 times, 58 times. Vieira and Adams in the league, if DJB stats are correct, well, I've got no reason to not trust. It's 43 times between Vieira and Adams, who was captain of Arsenal between them 1988 and 2005. They were subbed off.
Yeah, but the guy's a scrub.
Times.
Yeah, Aaron, the guy's a scrub, bro. The guy's a scrub. He's clearly not good enough. He's clearly not good enough, mate.
Odegaard, 58 on his own in three and a bit years.
Imagine being a captain. Imagine winning the captain's armband, knowing you've been substituted that many times. Bro, I'd be embarrassed.
Bro, it's ridiculous.
I'd be embarrassed.
He don't impact games, bro.
No, you don't.
He's shit. And do you know what? This is every reason why Arsenal and their scouting network that Edu, for some reason, decided to rip apart and left us now with Mikel Arteta, whose talent identification is about as poor as it gets. Absolutely as poor as it gets. We've given the likes of this prick, Martin Odegaard, 240k a week from 110k after doing one half-decent good season. What about Martinelli? 35k, yeah? Then he had the season under Emery. Boom, there you go. Now you get 70k. You've doubled it. And then he had one half-decent season under Mikel Arteta, and they give him 180k, bruv.
And you know what it is?
How much is Rodrigo on?
Well, Rodrigo is, I think, he's not even on. He's under 200 grand. I think he's under 180 grand. If I'm not even mistaken. He's not even on that much. Yeah.
Let me get it out, man. Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
It's ridiculous, bro.
His salary, his salary is on. He's on 240 euros. He's on 240 grand per week. 240 euros per week. But again,
so it probably translates to about the same as Martinelli.
Exactly. Why did he get this money? Oh yeah, delivers, consistently delivers, big moments, delivers, wins stuff, performs when it matters, When was the last time you saw Odegaard perform when it mattered?
I can't even tell you. Honestly,
there you go.
The last time I actually remembered Odegaard turn up was Tottenham away 2 seasons ago.
And let's be honest,
when he scored a long way. I think that was the last half-decent shot I've seen him take, and all when he scored outside the box.
Yeah, no, let's be honest.
That was 2 fucking seasons ago, bro.
Yeah, and look how far you're going back. You're going back 2 seasons.
Mate, it's fucking no good, man. Yeah, look, that's you saying, I would have taken obese Deco. Yeah, I've already got. Oh, he was good, Deco, man. I liked him. I liked him for Barca, and sadly, he was good at Chelsea and all. He was fucking wicked, man. But yeah, big up to you. Let's go and run through a couple of these comments because I've just had the mudding of Odegaard up there for 2 seconds. Their wages in London prices, So what emphasizes their wages performance on the pitch, isn't it? But yeah, mate, what I'm saying, Liam, bruv, is it's like Arsenal, their wages just ain't translating to performance.
It doesn't matter, bro. You get this money no matter what. Arsenal, and let's be honest, if Arsenal paid money based on wages, man, none of those players will be on those high wages, man. You haven't won anything.
Yeah.
You've not won anything.
Yeah. No, fact, man. Yeah, and Hendo as well. Big up Hendo, man. He's saying, what other captain of any team in the league gets substituted as many times as Odegaard? None, bruv. None. You, like I said, you probably put this in before I'd done the Adams and the Patrick Vieira stat. Yeah, that man right there behind. It's madness, bruv. Because Odegaard's crap, exactly. But in a recent press conference, guess what Mikel Arteta saying? Oh, he's a very good he's a very good leader. Basically, he was saying, I'm paraphrasing, but he's saying he was a poster boy, a very good role model. That's the word. A very good role model. Don't want a fucking role model. I want a captain. I want someone that when someone's not doing the business, I want
a winner. Real talk. I just want a winner.
I want throats to be grabbed, bro.
I don't care how you look.
Change room. What's Odegaard on? Well, Sam, if Odegaard, if you was a player at Real Madrid and Odegaard started we need to do better, I'd say, Martin, fuck off away from me, you little idiot. You ain't got nothing about you.
Bro, real talk,
charisma, bro.
Real talk. I wouldn't even respond.
Do you know what I mean?
Talk, mate, I wouldn't even
Martin, if you fucking in it, do you know? Could you imagine? Like, I'd just say, Martin,
Aaron, no,
mate.
Forget even swearing.
Your finger out, you little
forget even, no, Aaron. You don't even need to say fuck off to her. You just need to say, bro, do you know what? I'm not even listening to you, mate. You ain't even a captain. Like, real talk. The guy, bro, if Odegaard was telling me what to do, I'll tell him, mate, listen, I'm not listening to you. All right? Talk to whoever, talk to anyone else, but you're not talking to me, mate. I am not listening to you when it comes to Pepe. Now, but real talk.
Real
you know,
talk.
You need to do this, and you need to do this, and you need to do that. Bruv, what are you doing? But I'm running 100 miles around the whole pitch. Looks like I'm busy all the time, bruv. You're not busy at all, mate.
Doing this,
you can't even pass
some sort of mental disorder, just running around doing
and one thing, Aaron, this is
like a cheerleader with pom poms, isn't he?
This is what he does.
This, man.
Get the arm, get the arm waves up. Get the arm waves up.
Yeah, mate.
He's a clown, bro.
A lot of people around me where I sit in the North Bank ain't my biggest fan. I shout at him every time. Once he's done it twice, I'm like, fuck off, Martin.
Yeah, because Aaron, you go to games, don't you? Yeah, you go to ground. You're going to go to the ground on Tuesday.
I will be there on Tuesday. Yes, I will be.
Yeah, Aaron. If let's say we're 1-0 up. Let's just say we've scored, all right? And you need to score. And Odegaard's doing this again. Arm waves. What's your reaction going to be then, bro?
Oh, mate, I shout all the time. Like, I get told so many times by people around. So some of them like me around and some of them don't. But I'll instantly, after the second one, and I see him doing it after like 10 minutes, I get up and I try and shout. And I'm like, fucking stop wagging your arms, you prick. But I can't help myself. It's just because I'm not there to see it. For a start, I'm probably bored out my skull anyway, watching the shit football that Mikel Arteta set up with. And secondly, he's just going around like that. I'm thinking, he's going to get himself fucking locked up by the fucking white coats. Do you know what I mean? He'll be taken out in a straitjacket if he keeps wagging his arms around. Like, I don't know what's wrong with him. But Static, big up to you, brother, yeah? A bunch of fools. Yeah. Listen, we know this as well, Sam, yeah? And Stack's right. A bunch of fools, top gooners, fools suggest Odegaard is a class and a top 10 player.
It's awful.
Mate,
it's awful.
Like,
Aaron,
yeah, go on, bro.
If I ask you this, yeah, going into the game, what would your 11 be, and what do you think Arteta is going to do? Like 11-wise and play-wise, what would your 11 be? How would you set the game up tactically, and what do you think Arteta is going to do? Like, if you have to guess.
Yeah. So listen, like, it's quite frustrating because if Gabriel Magalhaes was there, and I know he's not going to be, my plans would have been to set up in a 4-2-3-1. Now, I know that Mikel Arteta isn't going to do this because he hasn't got the tactical nous to change things.
He plays Rice as an 8, doesn't he?
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Say less, bro.
When he said he doesn't feel good playing.
I mean, yeah, say less. The reason why I was going to... I know, bruv. Yeah. The reason why I've done 4-2-3-1, yeah, and it's for this, is because I would have had either Kieran Tierney left back, or maybe I'd have put Timber left back.
Tierney's
and exactly right. So I would have had Tierney left back and Timber right back, or maybe, depending on whatever, maybe I'd have had Ben White right back and Timber left back. Either way, I wouldn't have had Miles Lewis-Skelly back because of the reasons we see against Everton. He's got
he's got disposal.
But he has got it in him. And against a team like you and a front three like yours,
even four, because Bellingham comes from up there as well.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just think it's just a step too far too soon, a big tie like that against him. He might have had a really good game. If he plays, he might have a good game. But you know where I'm at. You know where I'm at. But you want a bit of experience in there, and I think that's fair to say. Then I'll, of course, add Gabriel and Saliba in there. And the reason why I've gone the 4-2-3-1 is to stick where I believe their best position is having Thomas Partey and Declan Rice in that double pivot, with Declan Rice obviously naturally wanting to get back into a back five. Not saying as another centre back, but you know what I mean. He naturally just wants the cover in that middle of that. When you're on the attack, I've always watched Declan Rice being a centre back previously myself. I know where you naturally sort of fall in. So when you're on the attacks, especially out wide, Declan Rice does naturally slip in, not as that fifth centre back, but you know, like there or thereabouts, and he does it quite effectively. And I watched it a lot last season as well. And obviously Thomas Partey with his back to goal, he can drop a shoulder. He can spin people. He can play quite well right near his box, wriggle out of tight situations. And for them reasons there we go. Counter-attack. Then I would have had through if Saka was fit, but he's not, I would have dropped Odegaard and put Nwaneri in the 10. But he's not. So annoyingly, I will have to play Odegaard because we literally have no fucking one else. And then I'd have had Nwaneri, Martinelli up top, and then Trossard on the left, in the hope that if Thomas Partey, we can wriggle and maybe he drops a shoulder and spins, all of a sudden we've broke out your attack. Then he's got a bit of pace up front. Maybe put it to Odegaard, who will naturally slow the game down, or Trossard, and you've got at least two pacey runners in Nwaneri and Martinelli up top to maybe just catch you on the counter-attack. However, obviously, we know that we've got injuries. What I would do again from now is play a back five. I mean, like, we've got Kivior playing, and everyone's going to go, oh, but he was man of the match against Everton. Who gives a shit? Everton haven't got Rodrigo up front. Everton ain't got Vinicius Jr. up front. Everton ain't won 15 Champions Leagues. They ain't got fucking Mbappe up front. What are we doing here? Oh, yeah, but Kivior had a good game at the Goodison. Oh, piss off. They didn't even do anything apart from score a penalty. Leave it out, mate.
Kivior. Now, Aaron, I beg he plays Kivior.
He's going to have to. He's there. He's handcuffed, bruv.
But how's Ben White? Is he fully fit? Because a lot of people telling me he might not even be fully fit.
He played against Everton. He played against Everton. So I think it was a massive sort of thing. So maybe they could drop him into right-sided centre-back and not play Kivior if they want to stick to at the back and put Saliba left-sided centre-back, Ben White right-sided centre-back. But then obviously that would mean you'd have to play Kieran Tierney, which I would do, or Miles Lewis-Skelly at left, and then you're in Timber on the right.
Do you rate Ben White? Do you rate Ben White as a centre-back?
No, and neither does Mikel Arteta. Otherwise, he wouldn't have put him at fucking right back. Do you know what I mean? Like, but then the question now then that should be asked is: do you rate Ben White as a centre back over Kivior as left-sided centre back? And yeah, my answer would be.
Oh yeah, but let's be honest, being better than Kivior, it's not really a challenge.
Yeah. Exactly right. But you know, we're so handcuffed in what we're doing. Why is that? Because we spent nearly £800 million over 5.5 years, and we're still now, we get a couple of injuries, and everyone's saying, what do you mean a couple? Yeah, it's, you know, we should be able to cover one centre-back fucking injury. We should be able to do that. Like, but we're not. Like, and guess what? There's a reason why we're playing Ben White right-sided centre-back, possibly, is because we all do this versatile thing. Yeah, all the top gooners are giddy about this word versatile. But do you know what? When you've got one player that covers two positions, or like a Tomiyasu, one player that covers three positions, guess what? When he gets fucking injured, three positions have fucking not got cover. See, people don't think about flipping it the other way. We're like, yeah, but we got Tomiyasu. He can cover all the positions. When he's injured, then you've got cover for none of the positions. It's not fucking rocket science, Sam.
No, it's not.
It's not fucking difficult. And Ben White gets injured. Now we've got no centre-back cover, and now we've got no right-back cover. It's not fucking difficult, is it? Before I jump into our Yud lineup, I'm just going to run into the chat. And big up to the chat as well, man. Always appreciate it. Yeah,
smash the likes, people. Come on.
Like and stuff. Yeah, man. Yeah. Big up Liam as well. Big up AK, man. How are you doing, brother? Yeah, I don't waste your time watching absolute snooze fest. Oh, you mate, it absolute will end up happening. Yeah, this column should be higher. I agree, Aaron. Yeah, so should the goals, man. Do you know what I mean? He's paid a lot of money to do just that, Liam, brother. Other guys overrated by a fan base. Yeah, mate. Oh, 100%. He's massively overrated. Boy band captain. Yeah, that's funny, man. You're absolutely right there. Big up, Mr. Waffle, bruv. How are you doing, man? Big up Aaron and Sam. Yeah, big up yourself. And Joe as well. How you doing, brother? OG in the chat. Oh, Joe, do you know what I mean? Big up to him. Yeah, if Odegaard played at Spurs, the Mutants would say he's shit.
Oh, that's fact.
That is a fantastic comment. Waffle, brother. There you go. Do you know what I mean? I have nothing to add to that because it's perfect as it fucking is. Do you know what I mean? How would you line up? Or how would you expect Arsenal to line up? And how would you line up Real Madrid? I don't watch enough Madrid to be able to be included. I'm not going to be one of them top gooners that are going to roll out your squad. I don't watch enough of it, but I want to hear your opinion on both.
I think when it comes to you, man, I actually think he'll play Mourinho as a strike. Mourinho. I don't know if you agree.
But he will end up doing it. Fuck's sake. Do you know what? I thought I was going to get out of mentioning his name. So thank you and fuck you, Sam. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I watch your club too much not to know these things.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
No,
bro. Yeah, playing a DM as a striker. Wow. 800 million deep, and that, that's the thing. You've got to laugh, ain't you? You got to laugh. I had to put it in.
Cry, mate.
Nah, bro. You just had to, I had to mention it, but just for the banter. But I had to mention it just for the banter. I had to.
Yeah, cheers, mate. You got
it. All good. Nah, but I think he will play. I think he'll play Saka. I think he'll play Martinelli as well. And again, I think that's when Martinelli is going to be his usual bad. Because as a striker, he actually does quite all right there, I think. But when he goes to the wings, I think he's dipping a bit. That's because he's not a winger. Yeah, he sets down. Exactly. I think, he's like a runner.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But exactly. and all that shit. Yeah, exactly. But I think he'll play. I think your midfield will be exactly how you described it. It will be Partey, Rice, and Odegaard. But I think Rice will play as an 8. Which I think that will suit us, because you look at Rice and Aaron, look at Rice the way he runs in an 8, but he doesn't look comfortable. I know he is popped up with a goal here, but let's be honest, he doesn't look comfortable, and he's clumsy on the ball. He ain't an 8. He's a 6. Like, I hear when Rice told Keane that, like, it's not an 8. He doesn't want to play there. He's made it clear. But listen, Arteta does what he does. He plays a lot of players out of positions, and he's shown that. And your defense, I think Timber is going to play. Raya will play. Saliba will play, of course. My only question is, does Ben White play as a right back? And does he put Timber as a left back? And does Kivior come in? Or does he put Timber at right back, White as centre back, and Lewis Skelly as a left back? That is my question. It's just the 3 of the 4 what's it called? Back 4. Big up, my bro. It's just 3 out of your back 4. That's the one I'm just a little bit questioning. Who is going to play there now? Like, what is he going to do? Because, he's got a habit of, changing things at some points. And that's how I think you guys will line up. Obviously, the defense, we will see what he does over there. But either way, because Gabriel isn't there, I am more confident of scoring now more goals due to the fact that he won't be there. Now, when it comes to us, Vasquez will not play, and thank goodness we shipped that guy out as soon as the season ends. Even though he's a 5-time Champions League winner, don't care, ship him out. Hendo, I beg he plays Kivior, man. I beg he plays Kivior. I hope he does, because that's just gonna fuck up everything even more. Oh, bro, he's awful. He's awful. That Everton game does not fool me, and he will not, and he should not fool anyone. Let's be honest.
This is why I would go for a back 5, because if he plays a back 4 with Kiri on the left-hand side, Rodrigo and Mbappe, where do you reckon they're going to be going? Down your right-hand side.
Yeah, Mbappe, especially Mbappe. Mbappe will play more as a striker. Mbappe is going to target him more. He'll target him more. And another thing I'm looking forward to see is how will Saliba now cope in a big game without Gabriel next to him. That's going to be interesting to see, because as much as I would like him at Madrid, I want to see how he does now. Because if he starting to be shaky, then you could go like, hold up a minute. If Gabriel isn't there, does this guy look himself or and all this stuff? But it's going to come down to see. And can you just pull up that comment from
which one, the bottom one?
The spot. Oh yeah, let me just mud this stupid logic. My G, slapped at home, bruv. We should have scored about 4 or 5 goals. Yeah, give us another game and we will put those chances away. Number 2, against Leganes. Yeah, bruv, let me tell you, man, something, all right? Because this is something, you absolute bellends do not understand. Yeah, and I say this to a lot of Prem fans. You know why? Because Prem fans, mate, don't watch other leagues that much. Yeah? Just ask Aaron and ask Lee. Oh, there you go. But I'm not shitting on Aaron, because Aaron doesn't talk shit like you, mate. Yeah, you see the difference.
And I own up. To be fair,
no. You see the difference here. Yeah, I'll tell you the biggest thing, my G. Yeah, Vasquez and Alaba is not gonna play. So guess what? That's 2 goals counted off already. Yeah. Now you have to go up against Valverde as a right back. And if you don't believe me, you can go just check it yourself, mate. Vasquez won't play there anymore. All right. So already 2 goals off. Because that guy is like having it's like you, man, having Mustafi as centre back. And Aaron, you can't stand Mustafi because he was absolutely awful. Yeah,
yeah. Oh, it's fucking
awful. And that's Vasquez in the defense. He's not going to be there anymore. All right. And my G, if that is your excuse, all right, Spartan, no reason for you guys not to beat us then. Yeah. Cool, mate. Well, if that's the case, you should beat us then. And yes, mate, I want Ancelotti out. Yeah.
I want him out. Yeah. You're not happy with him.
Oh, I can't stand.
And he's probably going to win. He's already won. What's he won this season? He's won a couple of things already.
Bro, he's won the European Super Cup. He's won the Club World Cup, and he came back off doing a baby treble, and was 2 games away from doing a quad and winning the league unbeaten, and doing the quad unbeaten. And I want him gone again. And this is the difference. What I would do, Courtois back, massive, yeah, that's massive already. So Courtois back. Then I'd play Fede as a right back. Play Asensio, who I think is absolutely phenomenal. He's just come in from the academy, and Aaron, he's busted.
I've been hearing a lot of people.
He's unbelievable.
I'm hearing
that guy reminds me. Yeah, that guy reminds me of Ramos a bit. Yeah, he reminds me a bit of Ramos. The way he just controls, the way his aggressiveness, his positioning. Yeah,
is he yellow cards? Yellow card.
Yeah, no. He doesn't really get much cards. But the thing is, this guy is so good at what he does. It's unreal. Yeah, big up Asensio. I love that guy. I play Rudiger. Unfortunately, Mendy won't be here for the first. He'll be for the second. But I'd put Gus. But you're gonna have to put Fran Garcia there, unfortunately. Then I'd play Camavinga. And then here's the question: Do you put? I think I'm going to have to play Modric. I'll start with Modric, even though he's 30, even though my man's 39. I'll start with Modric. I'll play Bellingham, and then the front 3, Rodrigo right, Vinny left, Mbappe up top. And then second half, when it, changes, I'll take, what's it called? I'll take Modric off, a period into the second half. I'll take him off, and I would put, what's it called? Brahim Diaz on, and then I would swap, how's it called? And I would swap places with him and Bellingham. Let Bellingham do the 8 role more, and I will let Brahim do the 10 role. That's how I would do.
Yeah.
And what I want the manager to do, I want him to play a mid-low block against you, man. Yeah? He could go out all attack, but I think it's better he plays a mid-low block. Yeah. And I want him to go on the counter against you, man. Because I have seen how you, man, do on low blocks. And I'm not saying our defense is great. It's not. I'm not going to sit here and, pretend that it's good because it hasn't been good. But I do think against a team like Arsenal, because you have to remember, Aaron, when we play in La Liga, it's more of a technical league. It's much more technical players. In the Prem, it's more pace and power. I think you know the technical ability isn't what it used to be in the Prem as well. Let's just be honest, mate. It ain't.
Yeah.
So when you see, what I want and what I've seen from Arsenal, if you play a mid-low block, Arsenal will struggle. Like they will, whether people like it or not, they will struggle. So what you need to do, you play that mid-low block, and afterwards, I want them, as soon as you get the ball, counter. All right, play the ball over the top. 1-2's quick, and when Bellingham has, the final pass to execute either to Rodrigo, Mbappe, or Vinny, play the ball. All right, just play the ball. Because again, I've said this before. As much as Garcia can sometimes be a liability, what I've seen from Saka, that guy right now doesn't give me that sort of. That doesn't give me sort of like fear anymore, like he used to.
Yeah.
Because the guy has just come back. He's not fully fit. Martinelli, when he goes on the wing, isn't really that worrying. Probably Mourinho's been. Yeah. Probably Mourinho's probably the only one you can say has done a pretty decent job for being a DM. No, but let's be honest, mate.
It's good 5 and 8, man.
Yeah, I mean, and it sounds crazy, but let's be honest. But again, do you really gonna have to rely on Mourinho? Like
Rudiger ain't shit, and he ain't having sleepless nights, is he? Tonight?
No, of course.
About having to face Mourinho up top, is he? He just ain't. Like you can be got at, but like I mean, for Arsenal, I think to get through in this tie. And I said this, I think it was backstage when me and Matty Savanguna, big up Matty Savanguna, we was having a little chat backstage and we was running through a few bits. And I was like, do you know what? For Arsenal to get through the stage, and it isn't impossible, but a lot of things have to go our way. And by that, I mean, we have to have a defensive masterclass first and foremost. I think Mbappe has to probably have a little bit of an off night. Maybe Rodrigo or Mbappe if he hit the post, maybe hit the crossbar and it goes down and it don't just quite cross the line. Maybe they should have had a penalty but don't get it given because the refs had a bit of a stinker. Do you sort of see where I'm going with this? And then, when we get the chance, we have to take it. But I just can't see us sort of going out there and playing you off the park and deservedly winning. I'd love to see it. Don't get me wrong. And I'd love to be wrong in saying that. But I think if Arsenal are going to take a lead, and they've got to, we were saying this off cam as well. If Arsenal draw, yeah, look, don't get me wrong. Like, I will still personally think that we're going to go to Madrid and get knocked out. But I can understand, that there will still be something to play for and that, it ain't over. Whereas if we lose, it's definitely over. I can still sort of understand, if it's a draw, something could happen. You could get a penalty in the first couple of minutes and stink it out. But Arsenal really need to win this game to have, I think, a real opportunity.
I think you need to win by more than one goal.
What, to be confident? Well, to be confident of going through, I think we need to win about 3 or 4, and that ain't going to happen. But yeah, I mean, like, look, if we was to get, a 2-goal advantage, I mean, like, you're going in there and just thinking, fucking just 11 men behind the ball. But I mean, a 1-0. I mean, even still, then you're like thinking, it's still nowhere near a comfortable game. Yeah. I mean,
which is why I won't be upset with the draw, because then
you wouldn't. It's a good
result. Game coming back, Mendy, our starting left back coming back, Ceballos, our most important midfielder coming back, Tchouaméni, our main starting DM coming back. A lot more balance, Aaron. A lot more balance.
Yeah.
It's like you, man. If you met,
let me put your players out.
Party. Yeah, exactly. The top 3 of that injury or suspension list, them 3. All right, Tchouaméni, Ceballos, and Mendy. Them 3 coming back for the second leg, which they will be amazing. Then you're gonna see us play a lot different, a lot different. It's gonna be completely different. It's gonna be more balanced. Everything will be different. So I can't. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this game. I'm excited for this time, and man, I want revenge. I want revenge for last time, man. I want revenge.
Yeah.
I think it's time.
100%, man. And like I said, just for people who didn't see this when I originally brought it up when I started, Real Madrid will be without their starting right back, their starting left back, their starting centre back, starting DM, and central midfielder. So we're not the only ones, people. There's no excuses. And why I'm going to say there's no excuses from Arsenal fans is because we're using this as an excuse, the injury. It'd be the first thing that we say, and we've already said it, but there's a few more in the building, and I want to get it out to everyone else. We cannot use the excuse because they've got the same amount of injuries, almost in the same sort of positions, really. We can't use that as an excuse. And if we do use it as an excuse, then why on earth did this team, and I'll put this up again for people that weren't here at the start, if we do use the injuries as an excuse against Real Madrid, then why didn't this team use it as an excuse against Real Madrid 19 years ago when we didn't have Lauren and we had to start Abue, when we had Senderos without Campbell, start Senderos. We didn't have Ashley Cole and we had to start Flamini. We also didn't have Robin Van Persie. We also didn't have Robert Pires.
How many starters are you missing, Aaron, for Tuesday? How many starters are you missing?
Mate, not really that many. If you want to sort of half deep it, we haven't got Jesus. Like maybe he'd start, maybe not. He'd be in contention, but I mean he's never in the squad, so it's hard to sort of say. But
so
I'm not going to say Saka because you can't say Top Gooners can't say he's fit to play and they want him to play and then use the injury as an excuse. So Saka, I'm not even going to use that. That Top Gooners don't get to use both sides of the coins. So basically, it's just Jesus. Gabriel Magalhaes. Jesus, Gabriel Magalhaes. Calafiori's injured, but I mean, he's shit. Like, would he have started? Would he not?
I would have loved if he played. I would have loved.
What we're doing, so there's not really that many players out injured. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like we just haven't got many. You've probably got more injuries than we have to start this game. Like,
Havertz. All right.
Havertz. Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot about him so quickly because I mean he's just so forgettable. I mean,
what's that? What, 2? That's two?
Two, I mean, three. Let's just say three at max if you wanted to play. But I mean, you probably wouldn't play Havertz and Jesus. But I mean, let's just give the benefit of the doubt. Three. I mean, you've got 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Like, so where's the excuses? But then they'll say, oh, yeah, but, you know, Real Madrid, they've got a proper squad. Why haven't we got a proper squad? Why haven't we got that?
Yeah. It's not like we've spent over 700 million.
We've had 5.5 years to do it.
Yeah.
Why haven't we got a proper squad? But it would just be a booklet. They just get their big old bottle. Oh, what one are we going to use today? Oh, let's go to page 978. Oh, yeah, what excuse are we going to use today?
Look at the comment from Mr. Wolford. 2 first-team stars. So 2 first-team stars are missing.
That's the point I'm saying, yeah. 2 first-team starters.
Only 2, you know.
Real Madrid would be without their right back,
if we're going to do starting, cool. Carvajal, that's one starting. Militao, that's 2. Mendy is 3. Ceballos this season has been a star, so that's 4. And Tchouaméni, that's 5. So Aaron, 5 starting. 5, you know, are missing for that game. And then for the return, Tchouaméni will be back. Ceballos and Mendy. So then another 2 of us. So when you, man, do not have 2 of yours for the second leg, we're not going to have 2 as well. So then it equals itself out, doesn't it?
Yep. Yeah, mate, it's absolutely ridiculous. No, Liam, tomorrow night, when me and DJB do our things, so make sure you're in for that, my brother. But yeah, like what's Wolf saying, how many first team starters are we missing? Oh yeah, I think you sort of said like 2 anyway, didn't you, man? That's madness. Like, yeah, you not Sam, big up as well. You not, man. You should be upset with a draw at the Emirates. I mean, but I mean, it's
in a way, I should, because if we win, that pretty much for me would seal the tie. Because I do not think, I don't think if we win, Arsenal will have. I don't think Arsenal will have the capabilities or the mentality to come back. And listen, I'm not saying that we've been great this season. We haven't. I've cussed this team out more than anything. Anyone who's watched Lee's streams knows. Anyone who follows me on Twitter knows how much I've been cussing these men out. But at the end of the day, I've made myself clear. If Madrid wins at the Emirates, for me, tie is done. Then for me, the tie is done. I do not see Arsenal. And again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you, Aaron, and to your club. It's not me trying to be disrespectful.
No. You're talking facts, bruv. That's why we're talking, bro.
And anyone in the chat as well as an Arsenal fan, nothing disrespectful. I just don't see Arsenal having the mentality to come back. I just don't think they have it. I just don't think so. I just think Arsenal, with even, Gabriel not being there, then you're going to be forced to come out, even at our ground, space will be left open. It's pretty much what happened to City, Aaron. I don't know if you saw the playoffs, Madrid, when he played against City. I don't know if you watched that leg. I don't know if you saw it. Played against City. We beat them at the Etihad 3-2.
Oh, sorry, I watched that. Yep. I
did you did?
Apologies. Yeah.
And then you saw what happened. First leg, we beat them, and then you saw what happened.
Yeah, they collapsed, bro.
Yeah, and then exactly, but again,
collapsed.
Because we want exactly, and again, that's why even City fans were like, we have to win the first leg, and because as bad as we've been, like in this competition, one thing I have learned is I can't count my team out ever in this competition.
Nah.
Like it doesn't matter how bad we've been. Yeah, exactly.
You'd be foolish to.
No, and as people call us that we use black magic, bro.
Yeah. You just got all that history and know-how.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like once you've won it a couple of times, I'm not saying that it gets easier the more you've won it, but what I'm saying is
but experience
when
again.
You've got that experience, and then teams just like you see it with the Dortmund final. That I can't think who it was, what striker it was. His name slipped off my tongue. He got put through straight away. He could have gone 1-0 up. And in his head, he was like, oh, fuck, shit, this could put me up 1-0 against Real Madrid.
Oh, yeah. Adeyemi.
Yeah. Yeah, in the final. Like, I can't think what his bloody name is, but he's put through. They had a couple of good opportunities to put you away, but they didn't because in their head, they was like, oh, fuck, it's Real Madrid.
Are you talking about the final?
Yeah, the final, yeah.
Adeyemi, full crew.
Yeah. They shit their pants because they weren't just one-on-one with a goalkeeper. There was one-on-one with Real Madrid's history, and they shit their pants. That's what they done. Do you know what I mean? They probably put them sort of chances away. God knows how many times, or if it's against another team, they do. But the fact that it's Real Madrid has stance and status, and it plays with people's minds. And you've only got that because you've kept winning, so you deserve it. It's not like just some hoodoo thing that you've created. That's what you've got and earned. Do you know what I mean?
By the
You've
way,
got
just
that
for people
status.
to understand, I'm not saying
man.
it's going to be a battering. I'm not saying that it will be a battering. All right. If it listen, I will say this right now. I don't think it will be a battering, but if it ends up being a battering, then let's be honest, man. Arteta shouldn't be there anymore because you can't get battered. But this Madrid team ain't even. It's not in the past. If you get battered by this Madrid team, well, I'll be real with you, mate. He shouldn't be there anymore. Let's just be honest, mate. If he can't even keep it tight against us, let's be honest, mate. The guy shouldn't even be here anymore. Let's just be honest. Like, he shouldn't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, 100%. Big up, DJB. How you doing, my friend?
There you go, man.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, of course he's the real DJB. With a real DJB, please stand up. Do you know what I mean? What we saying? Yeah, of course he's the real DJB. Hopefully, with a new channel very soon as well, man. Yeah, man. What do you reckon the score's going to be at the Emirates? I'm quite intrigued.
What's the score going to be? Do you know what? I'm not even sure. It's going to be so close. I think. I think it's going to be a 1-0 Madrid. I think it'll be tight. Again, tight. It's not going to be dramatic. If we can win this game, big up. And if we can win this game by more than 1 goal, oh, perfect. You'll save yourself lots of times from my club.
Yeah.
But again, 1-0. 1-0. Because I think the second leg, that's when I think, because the second leg, when, as I told you, Aaron, when those players are back, that's when I think shit can really hit the fan. When 3 of my 5 stars are back and 3 really, really important players, then I think it will be a completely different ballgame. But for this game, I'm saying 1-1. I'm saying 1. I'm saying 1-0. Sorry.
What about over aggregate? What do you reckon it's going to be when we, assuming you win 1-0, like you said, this is your prediction. We go. I know it's another game, but what do you reckon over aggregate then?
I think, Aaron, I'll be real. I think it depends on. It's gonna depend for me on who scores the first goal and when does the goal come. The second leg, I am waiting. I'm gonna wait on that because I don't know, because there will be a game between, between. And, anything can happen. We can get, one of our key players could get, injured, or you don't know, something could happen. Or you could get an injury, in your next game. And then, the whole thing can turn. So I'll tell you what. I think you and I we're going to be on someone's show, and we'll probably do another second preview.
Do that. Yeah. I'm game, man. If you've got the time, definitely we'll do another.
Yeah. Oh, no. I will have the time. By then, ask me that question then, and then I'll give you the answer. For now, I'm just going to give it for Tuesday. Right now, 1-0. Then we're going to see what happens.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, that's excellent. We will definitely do another preview then. We'll sort out time. We'll sort out time and things like that anyway. Yeah, and then 100%. Obviously we can reflect on the game, on Tuesday night. That's a wicked idea. I'm glad of that. I was going to ask for time and things like that, but yeah, man, that sounds wicked. We'll definitely do that.
And what's your prediction?
Yeah, man. Do you know what? I think we will score. But the problem
I wouldn't be shocked if you score. I can't lie. I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah. The reason why I'm not going to go for a 1-0 is because I think we will score, but frustratingly, I think we'll concede 2. I think we'll concede 2. Do you know what? It's really frustrating because I would have probably maybe gone for a 1-1 draw or something like that.
I was this close to saying 1-0. I was this close
there because of that defensive unit. I think. Because with these centre backs, especially Gabriel's been our best centre back. That's such a huge loss.
But that's also one of the reasons why I now did why I did, because he's not there anymore.
It's not just the loss of him; it's the player that comes in as well. Do you know what I mean? It's Kivior. It's such a double blow. Yeah. So I'm sitting there.
Even Ben White, Aaron. Let's be honest. Ben White there, but he is nowhere near what he is as a right back.
Yeah. Yeah, he's only just sort of come back. Yes,
and that as well. That as well. Like, again. I know he played. Did he play 90 minutes against Everton?
I don't actually know because I was in and out of that game.
Chat. Can anyone line up? Did he play 90 minutes? Because if he didn't, that again asks me the question: is he going to be fully fit as well? Like,
I think that was his first game back, though. Then
there you go. And again, Aaron, does one game really make you have 100% fitness? I'm not sure.
No
I'm
way.
not so sure.
It just doesn't. Of course it don't. Yeah, no, definitely not. Definitely
not.
No,
people are saying no. He didn't even play the whole 90 minutes. He didn't even play the whole 90 minutes now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, nice. That's it. Yeah, cheers.
But you think you will lose 2-1? Yeah.
I'm thinking it's going to be a 2-1 loss, and it's frustrating. I hope I'm wrong. Obviously, I hope I'm wrong. And chat, you know what I mean? I don't want to come across as negative, but you got to look at their team, and you know, like you've had a couple of disappointing sort of results of late. You know, like, I'm not saying that you're banging form. There's no chance, but look, you know, it's a different competition, man.
You could have played Barca. You could have played Barca right now. All right.
Yeah.
You're still going to have a chance. Like, every team has a chance. I'm never going to sit and say, like, you don't have a chance. Because anyone says that there's 0% chance, you're being disingenuous. There's always a chance.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's always a chance.
But again, when you've seen something so many times, like you've seen with my club, and as much as, I've been proven wrong. And what I've seen from you, man, I'm just not sure anymore. That's the thing. I just say.
Yeah. No, absolutely facts. Look, I'm going to wrap it up there because I've got more obligations now. So what I've done, chat, is I've pinned Carl Gun Down. I've pinned his live stream, which is on now, for his birthday stream. I'm going to be jumping on there. I said to him I'd jump over there. So it's pinned in my live chat. So give him a raid. I'm not on 100 subs yet, or 1,000, subs yet. So I'm not able to redirect. But have a little click onto that pin thing and jump over and raid Carl with happy birthday raid. Birthday raid, whatever you want to do. Birthday raid. Give Carl some love. And I will be joining him in about 5 or so minutes. I need to go downstairs and reset up because my missus wants to kick me out the bedroom. Like she always usually wants to. Do you know what I mean? That's it. She wants to get me out of the fucking bedroom as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But now listen, man. First off, thank you very much for the chat, for jumping in, having a little watch. And of course, thank you very much to Sam, absolute legend, elite level Barcelona. Wow, you nearly punched me through the screen.
You nearly pissed me
Real
off.
Madrid. Oh, yeah. I'm glad I got Real Madrid, sorry. Yeah. I nearly got a digital whack in the face then. Listen, thank you very, very much. And I'm very glad that we're going to be doing a number 2 preview, man. We'll have a little chat and talk about it. I'm very, very grateful you give me a bit of your time, man. I always love talking to you because mentality, bruv. Mentality.
Everything up here, man. Everything up here.
Mentality's up top. But yeah, man, don't forget, click in my pinned link to Cole's channel and give him a happy birthday raid from me. I will be joining over there for everyone. Take care, man. All the best.